as it's been about 24 hours, ironically, since we lost Laker great, heck, world great, Kobe Bean Bryant. I do believe it's my responsibility, and any other outlet that you trust, any other media personality that you listen to on a daily basis, I do believe it's my responsibility to come on this platform, not only give you news, but sometimes when things hurt, I believe it's my responsibility to give you a little bit of positivity in your life during this tough time, to give you a little bit of optimism, to make you feel good about your life, your future, and moving on past a death that hit the basketball circles so tough. If you follow my sports platform, you're obviously a basketball junkie. I post about 10 to 12 videos a day. We talk a lot about basketball. This is not for the average basketball fan. You're either really into Taliaferro content or you're really into basketball, or maybe there's a combination of the two. I don't need to explain to you in this video specifically about the greatness of Kobe Bryant on the court. But I want to focus on something specifically. I want to give you a tad bit of hard truth, but I also want to give you some optimism and make you feel good about the legacy of Kobe Bean Bryant. I'm just going to be honest with you and set off this disclaimer. There's going to be a lot of hard truth before we get into the optimism. So please be prepared to want to throw some at this computer screen or phone or whatever you listen to me on. I appreciate all the love we get on multiple platforms. But I want to be real with you as well. At the end of this video, you're going to feel good about the legacy of Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant was such an interesting story. Like I said, if you're a basketball fan, you don't need me to tell you how great Kobe Bryant was on the court. Even if you weren't a fan of Kobe or the Lakers personally, you have moments with Kobe Bryant when he's either been your biggest, the biggest joy in the room for you, or somebody that's caused your team pain over the years. Kobe Bryant was not perfect. Even if you were not a basketball fan, Kobe Bryant's story hits home with you because, again, he was not perfect. Kobe was seeking love. Kobe was seeking family. Kobe was seeking perfection in everything he did. Trust and believe, Kobe Bryant was going 100% at whatever it was he attempted, but he was not perfect, and he'd admit that. A lot of people don't know. Unlike some of the top NBA players today who have, been vocal about saying they're the greatest of all time, or saying they're the best scorer in the game, or saying they're the best point guard ever, or saying they're the best on their team and they should be the highest paid. Not once did you hear Kobe Bryant say, "I'm the greatest of all time." We know he believed it. He was seeking perfection, but he never said it. It was not Kobe Bryant. I want to tell you guys something as we get more details about what happened that tragically on a Sunday that we'll never forget took Kobe Bryant away from us. As we now know, he was heading to a basketball game for his daughter. Kobe was going to be the coach of his daughter's team. We now know that not only have we lost Kobe Bryant, but we lost 8 other people on this helicopter ride heard round the world. We know that the fog in the air made it so dangerous to fly that even local law enforcement officials were not in the air. They had been advised to stay down. We know that Kobe's pilot circled around multiple times, maybe even upwards of 5 or 6 times, above a zoo even, looking for a way to get through the fog. We know that this pilot was entirely too low in the air, and it looks like from the information that we've gotten thus far and from pilots with experience in certain situations like this who've come out and gave us a little bit of intel on the life of a pilot that's flying a helicopter, we know that this pilot was entirely too low and was likely trying to go under the fog that was in the air. He likely hit a mountain, that instantaneously set that helicopter on fire, which killed Kobe Bryant, his daughter Gigi Bryant, and 7 other human beings, including the pilot. That's what we know. Here comes the hard truth if this video hasn't been hard enough for you. Here's the reality of the situation. Initially, you're just sad. You're sad that we no longer have Kobe Bryant. Today, you probably woke up, you read your news outlets, the LA Times, the TMZs of the world. You got more details. And for a quick second, you probably went to blame game. I'm blaming the pilot. The pilot, why was he so arrogant? Why was he trying to go under a storm? Why couldn't he just told Kobe Bryant, I'm landing this helicopter. It's entirely too dangerous for us to be out here anyway. We're not doing this. I'm not going to try to go under a storm, go through a mountain to get you to this basketball game. No, Kobe, no. Let's be real about this. Kobe Bryant has been famous for a very long time. He has been in the spotlight for nearly 2 decades of his life. He has now been rich and famous longer than he was regular. Here's the truth of the matter. Kobe Bryant probably put pressure on that pilot to get us to that game. And you ask me, Mr.Taliaferro, how could you say that so flagrantly about a man you claim you love? And I tell you why I can say it. Here's the optimism. Here's where you feel good about this video. That's Kobe Bryant's personality to a T. That's what we expect from Kobe Bryant. The truth of the matter is, Kobe started flying helicopters in LA traffic because it allowed him to get his morning weightlifting in. It allowed him to have enough time to take his kids to school, get to practice, and back home in a timely fashion. So Kobe was driving his kids to school after his weight lift, getting that helicopter, going to practice with the Lakers, and then he'd get home in time because the helicopter ride was only 15 minutes from his crib. He was in home time enough to pick his kids up from school and then get ready for what was likely a game that night during season. Helicopters was the way of life for Kobe Bryant. He was infatuated with him. It was his means of transportation for the most part. He loved helicopters, not private jets, not planes, not car services. He did all those things, but he loved helicopters. You shouldn't be mad at the comments that I made previously about Kobe Bryant likely putting pressure on his pilot, who probably looked at it as if I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. I have one of the biggest celebrities in the world, definitely in this country, definitely in the state of California, telling me you better find a way to get to this game. And either I take Kobe to this game and risk us crashing, or I don't do what Kobe says and I likely lose my position. That likely was the pilot's options. Like I said earlier, don't be mad at me for stating what was likely the truth. Be happy. Be sad, but still be happy. Because the guy you loved in Kobe Bryant was only sticking to his personality. This is who he was. By any means necessary, get it done. Don't make excuses. Don't be late. You be there. Kobe had a daughter that was likely next to him on this flight. And trust and believe Kobe Bryant was instilling in that young lady the value of being on time, being at every game, and performing for your team and that crowd. Because that's what he's did for more than half of his life. People around Kobe Bryant that were on that flight as well probably didn't even make a sound when they found out they would be traveling in a foggy weather, because let's call it spade a spade. They likely did it a plethora of times. They likely traveled in weather that they had no business in a lot of times. I mean, let's think about it. There was a group, a helicopter full of people flying to a game that wasn't that far from them. That's what they did. You think anybody in that room questioned Kobe Bryant's decision to still fly? No, because you didn't question Kobe. You want to know why? Here's another reason why you should be happy about who Kobe was. 9 times out of 10, more times than not, he was the smartest guy in the room. So I tell you all this stuff to say, be sad. We lost a great one. For a lot of us, it makes us think about our own mortality. If it can happen to Kobe, it can happen to any of us. But I also want you to be happy. Kobe likely passed away, and I hate that he had to risk the lives of others. Let me make that clear. That's the only part of this I don't like. Kobe's personality likely put others at harm because he was so hell-bent on getting there, being where he needed to be in a timely fashion, not making excuses, never being late, never letting the people down. I hate that that put other people's lives in danger and cost them their lives, including his own flesh and blood, his daughter. But be clear. Be happy because it was just Kobe being Kobe. You said that so many times, whether Kobe was 8 for 28 in a basketball game or whether he was knocking down the clutches of clutches game winners for your Lakers team or against your favorite team. It was just Kobe being Kobe. And unfortunately, this time around, Kobe being Kobe was not the best decision.